All right, here we go, folks. Hi, everyone. I pulled a dick move. I did a Facebook Live video about 15, 20 minutes ago announcing that I wasn't going to be doing Facebook Live, or as I've grown to call it, Hate Book. And that teeny tiny little video already has 173 views. Um, Again, I'm streaming from a mobile device here, so the two format platform streaming is a big pain in the ass. Tried it last time because Facebook lets me charge, and it was like $2.99, and the 10 people that paid that, thank you, then came over here and watched it on YouTube anyway. So on such planet when I can stream like a normal person, whatever that means, it's going to be YouTube only. So here we go. It's December 26th, 2020, episode 38, Boxing Day. Please give my YouTube page a like, hit the thumbs up, not just this video, but the actual channel. Subscribe if you wanna. It looks good for me eventually in my career. We are still a politically free zone, which I can't believe I have to say a day after Christmas. But no politics here. In episode 38 of a 52 weekend year, and I took a couple weeks off, so that's like pushing 40. That means we are creeping up on my 1 year pandemic live stream. And so to show you what's going on here, Christmas ornament from family, right there it is. Our first pandemic Christmas, I guess, 2020. Put that sucker back up here. It's funny and it isn't, all right? Let's see here. Okay, so first, some chats coming in, donations coming in here. Woohoo! That's the reason I'm only here, so I can read the chat also, but I forget to read the chat. But my wife is on the other side of the Christmas tree taking care of the chat. Here's why I am a little bitter and just about this much depressed, because today, traditionally, I would be at the Sellersville Theater for my Christmas therapy Boxing Day extravaganza. It's a fucking great payday because the people have been with family and just like the day after Christmas, like, there I am. I think I made it back. Did I make it back? I made it back. Did I make it back? Okay, I made it back. All right. So, what was I pissing him on about? Oh, yes. Sellersville Theater. Big hunk of money looking down the drain. New Year's Eve show at the Emmaus Fire Company number 1. Dunzo. That's another nice hunk of money. Dunzo. Then, by tradition, I would be at Arts Quest the first full weekend of January, and that show's getting pushed back to March. But technically, in the next 10 days, I am going to lose a big hunk of money that I can't even process. And I'm kind of a little depressed that I brought it up. So I'll be streaming for a while. Things are completely crazy. One thing that I do want to kick my own self in the balls for is every other live stream I'm fond of saying, sorry folks, I'm not prepared. And that kind of makes me a dick because I've been performing stand-up comedy for 30 years. I am prepared. Whether I have a specific script or not, I've been doing this. Well, not this. This is fucking weird. But I've been doing this, and then it reminded me of one of my favorite scenes in Game of Thrones towards the end when the episodes kind of sucked. They're marching in the Hound, and they're all in the cold, and they're marching through the snow, and the one guy's pissing and moaning, and he's complaining. He says, and the Hound's there, and the Hound's getting pissed off at him, and he says, the witch, the beautiful red-headed witch, got naked and tied me to the bed. And the Hound said, sounds all right so far. And then he goes, well, she could have killed me. And then he goes, but she didn't. So what are you whinging about? He says, I'm not whinging. He says, you're complaining and your lips are moving. That's whinging. Look at him. He got killed 6 times and he only hear him pissing and moaning about it. So I apologize for all my whinging, but it's also important to know that this is really weird still. And you have been with me a long time, so the trolls in my idea hallway, all week long I go through this, where I'm very confident and I make notes, and it's going to be a great episode, and then 2 minutes later, then trolls come out with, I suck, this is going to be terrible, I'm out of shit, I don't know what to do. And then the next minute, you'll be fine, you've been doing this 30 years, and then I'll suck, I'm good, I'm awesome, I suck, I'm awesome, I suck, I'm awesome, I suck. And I go through that like 80 fucking times a week to get here. And you hear Sparky beeping in the background. She is a little nuts from the holidays too, so I try to move the camera a little bit so you can see her right there. She's thinking of coming in. She's got the lean. Are you coming in here? No? Yes? No? Maybe so? Coming in? All right. That's your microphone. She doesn't want to go on a microphone. She's a little nuts. Also, Sparky got a Christmas gift this year from Cockatiel named Yogurt. So that's pretty badass. She's going to get expensive berry bowls for that. And she is totally not going... She doesn't like this new setup with the tree here because we're like all forward. So look at the donations coming in. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm a little physical and I run around like a nut, but I'm in complete terror that my ass is going to knock down a branch and some weird shit's going to happen. Also, Sparky knows my wife is on the other side of the tree, and that's where she wants to go. She's like, dude, I had enough of this happy horse shit. I want to go over there and hang out with a lady. And who could blame her when you think about it? So that's going on right here. We got the whinging. I got my cheater notes here. Also, big shout out to my dear friend Crenshaw. Please check out his channel on YouTube, Maker on the Run. He, for lack of a better thing to call him, he designed a lot of stuff for film and TV. He's a set designer, art designer. He's got a crazy barn with all these props in it. And his channel tells stories about the prop and this happened and that happened. And it's kind of amazing stuff. He's been so supportive of my live stream show, Maker on the Run. Crenshaw, I'm waiting for him to get to a specific story in that series that'll just melt your brain. So check him out. I think I had another promo here I wanted to do. Hang on here. If you're like me, this Christmas was insanely weird. Just completely weird. I actually called a lot of people that I hardly ever call just because that's how we roll this year. And I don't know if you're like me, but every so often I call up somebody who seems like they don't even live on the same fucking planet that I do. A nice, dear old friend of mine, I haven't talked to him for a while. And I said, Christmas Eve, we always like to get Chinese takeout. My brother-in-law's, it's a fun bash. There you go, Sparky. That's not awkward at all right? Now, Sparky, you're a little bit out of frame. Then he got to talking and he goes, when you get a chance, go over to the Chinese buffet over in Dorneyville. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean when I get a chance? I'm stuck in a house in fucking March. When the fuck can I go to a Chinese buffet? And he said it like he was just there the other day. And I kind of sort of think they were right before the most recent whip came down. So, but then I just kind of like, okay, I'll put that on my list of things to do as soon as I'm allowed to leave my fucking house, get to the Chinese buffet. So there's that going on. Also, I have a happy birthday shout out to do for Luis Santiago, who has hired me for previous birthday parties of himself. I think he takes pictures of dogs and stuff. So happy birthday to him. I think he is 56 years old today. Thanks for hiring me. And if I would have thought this through, I would have had you hire me for your birthday party for tonight and fucking zoom it in, but I wasn't thinking. And 56 years old, whenever there's a birthday, it makes me remember like when kids are little and they're a year old and then they're like 18 months and people say, how old is it? Oh, he's 18 months old. So somewhere along the line, we lose this keeping track of our age by months. And it's probably a good idea because Lewis, I believe, would be 672 months old today. I think you'd have to hit like age 84 to hit 1,000 months. So that's kind of a fucked up system. And it's probably better that we dumped it. Which also brings me to another point. If you have a birthday near Christmas, on Christmas, little before or little after, this is a message to all your friends and family. You can't say this is for Christmas and birthday. Fuck you. That's a bunch of happy horse shit. You can't give one fucking gift and say it's for fucking Christmas and fucking birthday. You have a fucking birthday and you have a fucking Christmas. You can't just fucking morph the two together like it's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit unless it's a really fucking ass-kicking gift. If you give someone a fucking MacBook Pro or a fucking new iPad or a fucking car, then you could say this is for Christmas and birthday. Aside from that, get to fucking gifts, you cheap motherfuckers. How about that? This is not really the Christmas show you were planning, but it's actually after Christmas. So we'll go with that. Let's see. So we get the birthday. Boom, roasted. Moving on here. Birthday and Christmas gifts. Fuck you in a bucket of goo. Boom, roasted. Let me grab some fluid here. Oh, sad thing happened. I had the most amazing glass pitcher for water, and the pandemic took it down. It has a fucking crack in it, which explains puddles by my feet for the last 10 or so episodes where I thought I was just pissing in my pants or sweating a lot. So now I got Tupperware here. It's a sign of the times. Get this fluid going here. Look at these donations coming into the chat, man. It's the same people. That's absolutely amazing. You peckerheads are going to wind up on a billboard someday with me. Hopefully for nothing criminal. All right, so now here we go. Oh, so for me also this Christmas, again, my family is incredible. Like, I got family that gifted my wife and I a tank of heating oil. That's fucking badass. That is a fucking incredible gift. But also, I get really hot when I stream, so I gotta have a fucking air conditioner on in this room now. But that's nuts. So I got that. My family knows that I can't really afford gifts, but what I did way back when March pandemic hit, I knew this year was going to fuck you in a bucket of goo. So I know you're not supposed to shop with Amazon, but I get shopping points, and I saved up my shopping points for the whole fucking pandemic, and those became gift cards for some people in my family that I couldn't afford to get any presents for. In fact, my wife and I were actually doing this. It's so embarrassing. We got a lot of shit like everybody is. Sometimes we buy stuff and we don't need it. Wait.
Here's your reminder to wish Luis Santiago a happy birthday.
Oh, there's my babumpsa reminder to wish Luis Santiago a happy birthday, and I already did it. So
here's your reminder
babumpsa,
to wish Luis
boom,
Santiago
roasted.
a happy birthday.
So the video isn't syncing up to the audio perfectly. There's probably nothing you can do about it, but thought you'd want to know.
What my wife says, the video is not syncing up to the audio perfectly, but there's also probably nothing I can do about it. I could, but that's a whole nother nightmare. I could.
You can ask them.
I'm making a serious face, I know that. The only way to fix it would be to dump this stream and start a new one, and you'd have to find it.
So he said, oh, well, it's like an old kung fu movie.
That's amazing. So, thumbs up in the chat if you would like me to keep going. Thumbs down in the chat if you would like me to dump this thing and start a whole new stream, and then you peckerheads will have to refresh and try to find the thing. So, since we're out of sync now, it's going to take a while. That thing hooks up. This is exactly the kind of thing that happens that Sparky decides she's going to bail on me here. So we do. It looks like one of those old kung fu movies. So perhaps maybe people like that. I don't know. Let's see if people want to fix it. It's just catching up to YouTube now. I'm asking people to vote. Let's see if people are going to vote. See if they want me to dump this thing. 1 thumbs up, keep going. 2 thumbs up, keep going. As far as I'm concerned, that's enough. 2 thumbs up, we're going. All right, here we go. The only other way that I could think to get this thing back into sync is if I didn't speak for one thing and I just went. But then perhaps it would catch up. I don't really know if that'll work or not. But there you go. And this again goes back to why I do not stream on 2 platforms, because it's hard enough to stream on just 1 platform. And what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, we were walking around the house looking for stuff that we could possibly gift to people in the family. Not re-gifting, it's just dumb shit. So, and then, like this movie I got here, Manborg. It's amazing. It's a terrible movie. You like bad movies, check out Manborg. But this one didn't get gifted to anyone. I was thinking, actually, if I go through this ever again, I hope I don't, I might just grab my iPhone and FaceTime family and then walk around the house and show them shit that I want to get rid of and say, if there's anything here that you would like, just PayPal me the shipping cost and I'll fucking send it off. How about that? So the other thing that's crazy about tonight is I have some friends that are in a band, Spring Standards, and they do a Boxing Day show too, but sometimes they tweak theirs a little bit so it doesn't conflict with my Sellersville Theater show. And last year I got to see them, and they're so amazing. They're so much fun. Spring Standards, and they're streaming live right now, so that's the kind of year I'm having where I can't even see somebody streaming that are friends of mine. And I thought about watching them stream on my iPad and sneakily putting an earplug in here so I could listen and jam and stream live. And I totally don't have the fucking brain power for that. But they're badass. Spring Standards. Check them out. I know them. They go on tour. They're amazing. If you think I'm lying, look at. They signed this thing to me. Look. Amish Comic #1. Amish Comic Forever. And this other one probably says, I hope there's a pandemic next year so you don't have to bother us. They always perform in Delaware, and Aubrey Plaza was there last year, and nobody told me until we got home, because why would we? Why would we tell me Aubrey Plaza is there in a bar with a band when I can make a dick out of myself without Aubrey Plaza there? Imagine if Aubrey Plaza was there and somebody told me. I wasn't even mad, because I respect not telling me Aubrey Plaza is near me anywhere. All right, I get that. And they had also, this isn't really funny, but they put a band on ahead, and this was amazing. Pretend Collective. It's one of these bands that use a lot of different members, and someone from Spring Standards played with them, and he put on a beanie to try to be like in disguise, and that was hysterical. And the guy's mother was there afterwards trying to sell me this record, which I didn't buy from her. I waited and I had to buy it in the mail, and that pissed me off. And she gave me the hard sell. She said, that's my son, and the band's name is Pretend collective. And this is a mother, and she goes, but it's not really a pretend band. And I'm trying not to be a dick, because I am a dick, and I'm thinking, I know they're not pretend because I just fucking saw them, but are you proud of me because I didn't fucking say that? This guy, this is a great band, and I'm sure they smoke dope, because one of the names of the song is Higher Than a Flying Cloud, Castle Made of White Light. That's the title. If that person doesn't smoke dope, they oughta. All right, boom, roasted. So I'm sorry to miss them tonight. Let's see, what else is going on here? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. I am completely out of sync in my life and with the audio, so that's weird shit right there. Thanks for looks. It's all thumbs up. Okay, we're gonna stick with the Kung Fu movie. All right, so now I got some more shit here. Let me go down here. Oh! I'm excited about this. So, essential workers, love them. We thank them. We give tributes, not just the hospital people, but the curbside groceries people, everybody who's to be out there risking it all for us. I was invited several weeks ago to be part of a celebrity video tribute to essential workers, and I agreed to do it, and I had to be in the right mood to do this, because you don't want to do a thank you video while you're all fucking pissed off, and it was crazy. So apparently I was the holdup, like I was the last person, and then they started to not just email me, they called me to see if I was still going to do it, and then I didn't call them back because I'm a dick, and then they had somebody else call me and start listing all the celebrities involved in this thing, and was I going to do it? And then I felt like a dick, so I called them back. And it's absolutely incredible, and I can't believe that I was the fucking holdup, because, like, I'll give you the character names that are in this thing. Like, Eddie Munster's in it, and Greg Brady is in it, and Rick Springfield is in it, and somebody from Orlando and Dawn, and Pat Boone, who said who he was, and I still didn't fucking recognize him. Two actors from It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you, wife, correct me. It's a Wonderful Life. The little kid is all grown up. He's in this thing, and all these famous people are in this thing. And I can't believe I was the dick, and I was and Sparky's in it too. She tore up. And I thought it was rodeo drive-through, but it's rodeo drive-through, like, because they're all from Hollywood except for me, so they must have been a little bit desperate. So it's kind of really amazing. And the lady from Night of the Living Dead's in it. The Barbara, I'm coming to get you, Barbara. She's in it. All these fucking amazing people are in this thing. The funniest one of all of them, watch this thing. If you can't find the link, I'll drop it somewhere that you can find the link. There's a lady, she's like 93, and she's blonde, and she looks fabulous. And I'll give you a spoiler. She goes, I'm 93 thanks to the essential workers. I never wanted to be alive this long. That's a great line. She is in the old Batmans, and she was the Joker's whore in some of the old Batmans, and I'm part of this now. I think they're trying to do like a virtual, when you go to Hollywood, drive by people's homes, which I am now expecting to be included on the Celebrity Rodeo Drive, go see the stars houses, and when they get to me, they're going to go, we're going to have to now drive across fucking Pennsylvania to get to the Amish guy's place. But it was nice to be part of that. And here's why I'm a little bitter about that, too. I was invited because I'm a comedian, and so when you invite a comedian to do a serious tribute, that's kind of like a dick move, because they want a little bit of humor, but if it's too much, I'm disrespectful, and I'm a fucking asshole, and I'm happy with how I wound up, but there were so many failed ones. I went out in the yard, and I was standing in the snow, and I'm like, I'd like to thank the essential workers, and I thought somehow me standing in the snow would show them how much I appreciate them, but I realized that's a fucking dumb idea, so I cut that one. And then I also, and I'm not mocking this too, in this town that I live, they had a pots and pan parade which I didn't partake of, and that was way back in April, I think. And some of the people in the town were pissed off if you didn't march with pots and pans, but you weren't supposed to be out. So that was another one that I did, deleted scene. I'm marching around with the pots and pans in case people who saw this video weren't in Emmaus on the night the pots and pan parade was to fuck me in a bucket of goo. So that's fantastic stuff. I'm thrilled to be part of it. Check it out. And when you see all these celebrities in there, a fun thing to do, if you don't know who they are, put them in IMDb and see they all have like 150 film and TV credits, except for me. And I'm the dick. I was the holdout. So that's kind of amazing. And that brings me to It's a Wonderful Life. And I think I'm going to keep saying It's a Beautiful Life. It's one of my favorite Christmas films ever, but it's not my favorite one, and I'll tell you for why. Old classic Scrooge with Alistair Sim, solid gold, #1 for me. I watch it every year. I watch it a whole bunch of times, and I still see shit that I never saw. When he wakes up Christmas morning and he goes nuts and he does a fucking handstand and he sits on the steps and he scares his housekeeper, that's amazing. He goes, I haven't lost my mind, and then he whoops his hair. Oh, it's absolutely incredible. And this past year when I saw it, at the top of the film, when he's going home and he wouldn't give the money, he wouldn't donate money, he's all pissed off. I never saw this. He scares a blind beggar just walking at him, and the guy's holding a sign that says blind on it. Never saw it. And that means you were really a dick when you can scare a blind man and you're just fucking walking at him and he can't see you. That is a great movie. I love It's a Beautiful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. See, this is how my mind works now. It's a Wonderful Life. I love it, but I think it's a teeny little bit overrated. And I'll tell you for in the thing I did, I told you as a little kid from It's a Wonderful Life, was all grown up, was in this thing. I think George Bailey is a real douchebag in like almost the whole movie. He's a real dick. And the angel that comes to save him is also a dick because George Bailey's standing on a bridge ready to jump into icy water to kill himself. And the angel to come and save him decides, I, the angel, will jump into the icy water, thus forcing George Bailey to have to jump into the fucking icy water. It's a dumb fucking plan. Maybe he wasn't going to jump. I don't know. But the angel goes in, and he fucking goes in there. And the whole movie, George Bailey's kind of like a dick to everyone. And now I can do a good George Bailey all week long. But now that I have to do it during my live stream, I'm going to fuck it up. But the kids are running all around the house, and he's all fucking pissed off, and he's a dick about everything. And the kid goes, oh, did you see the neighbor's got a new car? What's wrong with our car? Something wrong with our car, you ungrateful little fuck. And then that goes on. And then the kid's playing the piano, learning the Christmas song. Why do we got to hear that gosh darn song? Stop your playing over there. And that goes on. He's pissing and moaning. Then he complains to his wife, why do we have all these kids? How does he not know how he got all them fucking kids? And then the lady on the phone fucking calls up the school teacher, and then he gives her what for. What's the idea of sending my daughter home here and without a coat, and she's going to die and have pneumonia? He's a real fucking douchebag. And again, I really fucked up that impersonation, but if you could have been in my house, which you are right now, earlier in the week, you would have heard a better version of that. But I'm a teeny little bit worked up. So the other thing that pisses me off about that movie is when shit goes wrong in movies, they usually fix it or there's some kind of poetic justice. The cocksucker that took the $8,000 and found it gets to keep it. They just took the $8,000 and nobody kicks him in the balls or nothing. That's bullshit. And that's why I love the movie, but it's riddled, as they say. So I didn't get to everything. I'm still watching some Christmas stuff now. One that I love, but it's really actually a terrible Christmas special, is The Heat Miser and The Snow Miser. Throw it in the chat if you just love that song. I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Snow Miser. The song is fucking immense. But till they get to that song, it's really a bunch of happy horse shit. I'm probably still out of sync. Fuck me. Alright, so now we got that. Let's see. Deleted scenes. Pandemic. Notes over here. Oh, there's all these amazing people. Kreskin's in that video. Then I was the holdup. Kreskin. How about that? He probably asked Kreskin to try to figure out when the hell I'd be coming around. He didn't even fucking know. See, I don't even remember if I told this story or not before, but I'm not telling it now because I already talked about that. Angel's a dick. Let's get rid of this thing here. This note door.
It's not working.
Alright, I'm going to start a new stream.
It's working now.
Oh, it's working now.
Let's see what happens.
That's funny. I was going to start a new stream, and then my wife said, it's working now. So I ran out, and I was that close to shutting this fucker down and starting over again. Whew. So, again, this brings me to another good point, is that my daughter's boyfriend convinced me to do a GoFundMe to get an actual MacBook Pro so I could stream like a fucking normal person, and hopefully this shit wouldn't happen with that. We are about 30% funded. There's links to help me out with that, or donations here, whatever you want to do. But that, hopefully, if that ever happens, some of this shit won't be so horrible. So I do, I'm a little off the railroad tracks here because that'll fuck anybody up. So we'll talk a lot about the Wheel of Time books. There's a great, that'll be coming out as a TV show, and there's a great fan show called The Dusty Wheel, which we watch, and they were talking about, and they've been around forever with these books, for 10, 20 years, and they're streaming, and they had guests from the history of the show and all that stuff. And then Peckerhead says, so I remember when the first few streams that I ever did, it was so pathetic, it was so horrible. I was streaming from a phone. And I didn't really think that was funny because I'm still streaming from a fucking phone. So that's the point of the GoFundMe. Streaming from the phone. Boom, roasted. Christmas letter right there. Oh, I don't know if I want to do this now. Let's see it, because I'm way over my schedule. I'm only over my schedule on account of I was standing here talking like a dickhead for all this while. But I think I'm going to actually do this. Okay, here we go. So, let me plug. I will be streaming live New Year's Eve, but 10 o'clock, because I'm doing another New Year's Eve show, and that's probably going to suck all the battery out of my phone, and that should be fun when I try to stream at 10 o'clock. So that's happening whenever New Year's Eve is, and I'm looking at my cheater notes here, mostly trying to decide if I want to do this whole next thing or not, or if I just want to fucking wait. Fuck it, I'll do it. Okay, so... live chat. I know there was like 40-some people in the live chat before. Now we're down to 23. I don't blame you. When I'm spinning and I'm in Kung Fu, what the fuck? So, I never really cared much for sports, but when I finally picked a sport, I picked the wrong one because my favorite sport is curling. I got obsessed with curling when the last Winter Olympics we had. The U.S. men's team won the gold medal in curling for the first time in the history of the sport. And curling was a long match, and it came on at 1 o'clock in the morning, and them fuckers were playing till at least 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was on the edge of my seat cheering for curling. What that's fucked up is that I don't really understand how the scoring works. So I'm cheering, not really understanding how the scoring for curling works. And the problem with that, also having that be your favorite sport, is with the Olympics being the main curling event, my sport only plays like once every fucking 4 years. So I picked like a leap year sport. That's what happened there. And the amazing thing about the USA men's gold team, the champions, if you looked at these knuckleheads, they totally did not look like Olympic champions. They looked like any four assholes that would be drunk at one of my fire hall shows walking around. Some of them looked like they couldn't even bend over to tie a shoe. Olympic gold medal. So that's the amazing thing there. But I got obsessed with curling. The man, and I can't do it now because if I duck down, you won't see me. So there's a peckerhead comes, and he's just stone. He is the stone, and he slides it, and he's down on one knee, and he's all weird and shit, and he slides it on the ice. Basically, he's done. He can actually whip his phone out and do like a live Instagram stream, but he stays on his knee, and he starts, I don't know what the fuck he starts doing, and then in come the guys on crack cocaine with the brooms, and they're brooming like a motherfucker. Sorry, Sparky, because I'm getting all worked up here. And they sweep like a bunch of fucking crack addicts, and their wives are at home going, I can't get that lazy motherfucker to sweep out the fucking garage, but just look how he fucking sweeps like a lunatic at fucking nothing. And then they get down there, and then, somehow it's good, and they left one in the hole, and there's one here over there, and then, now this sounds racist, and I don't mean it to be, but I'm telling you this. The Asian women's curling team sounds like Asian porn, probably. They say, hada, 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 put in the hole, hada, 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 crying out loud. It's very exciting shit. So then curling, we won that. And then there's other fun Olympic sports too. I don't even know what they're called, but they ski, and then they stop, and then they shoot, and they whip a rifle out, and then they shoot shit. That's a great sport. I don't know how they possibly score it, but also I like to point out, if they replaced the skiing with truck driving, Pennsylvania would take the fucking gold 300 Olympics in a row. We would be the reigning fucking champions. We would be like the fucking Russian ice skaters of that sport if they didn't have to ski, drive a truck, and shoot. Then the figure skating comes on, which I love, and the figure skating is definitely a sport, but it's also like art. It's like theater. It doesn't need fucking judgmental prick douchebag commentators to just let the fucking music play and let the fucking skaters skate. And this girl's fucking 14 years old, and she's going faster backwards on one skate than I can walk fucking forwards on a dry sidewalk. And then she goes up in the air and she flips around 3 times and she lands on one fucking toe and she goes right the fuck back up for a triple quad sow cow toe loop, whatever the fuck it is. And then she falls and she gets right the fuck back up and skates like it was fucking nothing, and these fucking cocksucking douchebag fucking judgmental pricks. Oh, that's it. She's ruined. She's finished. Her whole life is over. She spent her whole life training for this moment, and now that's it. She's done. Oh, fuck you, you douchebag. She fucking fell, and she fucking got up, and she went right back into the fucking routine. You motherfucker, you're a fat ass. You can't even walk out of your fucking broadcasting booth without knocking a fucking microwave oven. Fuck you, and you should be cheering that fucking kid on. She fucking fell, and she fucking got up, and fuck you, motherfucker. Oh. And that takes me all the way back to Jay Leno, Tonight Show, was interviewing Michelle Kwan, who won the silver medal. And he was a real arrogant douchebag, and she might as well have put on an ice skate and kicked him right in his douchebag, judgmental fucking nuts. It was paradise. He goes to her, so, fabulous performance, train your whole life. It's got to really cut you to get that close to a gold medal and come away with silver. And she goes, well, I'm second best in the world at something. Are you second best in the world at anything? Are you even 1/1,000,000th best in the world at anything? He shut the fuck up, and I was like, yes! That was fucking badass. That was absolutely incredible. So I had something else about the Olympics. Let's see the curling. Let's see the ice skating. Fucking. Oh, here's something. When they have the time sports like the bobsled and all that, and there's a clock, and there's like fucking 8,000 numbers, and nobody uses a clock like that. It's like 7:30 or 7:31. That's it. But there's a clock, and it has 1 millionth of a 1 billionth of a one, and all the numbers are fucking flying. And then they go at different times, and then they know this one's up by a millionth of a second. I never understood that number system until the price of gas went up over $3 a gallon, and I had to try to fucking stop it right at the $20 mark. Couldn't fucking do it. 2001, motherfucker. And if you're paying with a card, it don't matter. But if you got $20 cash in your pocket and you hit 2001, you sure as fuck had to crawl around in the seat and look for that fucking penny before you went in there. How about that? All right. Olympics, there we go. Boom, roasted. Ski and shoot. Michelle Kwan, Jay Leno's a dick. Boom, roasted. Okay. I've been zooming a lot. I've been doing, I'm very excited about New Year's Eve. I'm doing, it's Broadway Comedy Club. And a friend of mine, Jim Mendrino, so I'm doing that New Year's Eve. And when people contact you to Zoom, it's kind of funny because the first thing they say is, there's no money involved. No shit, I know, but they're still doing that. That's not really a great sales pitch, but there's no money involved. So again, donations, best way to help me out is to donate via PayPal, Amish Comic, or just keep watching and, send these videos around to people and all this and that happy horse shit. So that's fantastic. If you follow... Alexa, stop! She's not the boss of me, all right? That's the thing my wife and I both do, because we talk to Sparky a lot, and sometimes instead of saying Baboomsa, we'll go, Sparky, what's the weather? And they'll be like, fucking quiet. And then I'll go, you can't call that thing Sparky. Baboomsa, what's the weather? Fucking flatline. And then sometimes Baboomsa will just talk for no apparent reason. Watch this one. Alexa, where's Santa Claus?
Okay, here's NORAD tracks Santa. Santa is at the North Pole. There are 363 days left until he makes his journey around the world. Do you want to hear a Christmas joke?
Yes, let's hear a Christmas joke.
Why is Santa good at karate?
Because he has a black belt.
Why is Santa good at karate, which is
How about
fitting
another
for
Christmas
tonight because of the Kung Fu time delay here. No, thank you. And that's the other thing. Once you start Baboomsa on Christmas, you can't fucking shut her up. She's going to ask me like 19 questions now. I did it to myself.
How about another Christmas joke?
No, thank you. I don't need another Christmas joke. The first one was really good.
You're back in sync, by the way.
I don't know that. Want to hear a Santa fact?
No, I don't want to hear a Santa fact. I'm back in sync now that my show is almost over.
I don't know that. Want to hear a Santa fact?
No, Alexa, who is Raymond the Amish comic?
I don't know about that. Would you like to hear a fact from the top secret Santa files?
No, thank you.
Hope to see you again. Just ask me where is Santa.
She says,
Goodbye.
hope to see me again. She'd never fucking seen me before. That thing doesn't have eyes. As soon as that thing Baboomsa can fucking see me, I'm gonna go sleep out in the fucking shed, motherfucker. So, I was saying, for reasons I couldn't tell you, I've saved some feral cats. If you've been following every so often on Instagram, Bearcat is a 2-year project. Will never find a home. It loves me, but from the safety of glass, like in Hannibal Lecter. If there's glass there, I can come right up to it, and then I post videos and shit, and people, look, it's so adorable. Why don't you just pick it up? Because as soon as that door cracks, pow, that motherfucker's out of there. It is fucking gone. It just looks like you just want to pick it up and hug it and bring it in, but it's just the safety of the fucking glass. And then what I do is I know when to feed it. I'm nocturnal, so I am awesome. I will go out at fucking 1:30 in the fucking cold, and I always hope that it's in its warm house. And then when I open the door, that fucks up its rest, but then I know it's in there. And then I open that up at 1:30, and it comes out, and it's so fucking cute, I can't stand it. And then it goes about 10 feet over there and sits and stares at me like this. And it waits for me to put hot water in the bowl and put the food in. And then sometimes I push my luck, and then I talk to it. And the other night I was like, Bearcat, woohoo, Bearcat, I got some treats here. And Bearcat was staring at me, and then it went. What it was looking at was the door for me to fucking go in. That feral cat looked me into the house where I'm supposed to go. It went. That might be one of those things where you had to be there. Sparky looks so badass on my shoulder. That's amazing. So Bearcat stories are there. Oh, Clee's sister's always in there. I thought of a fun Clee's sister story for her. Mostly my good friend Clee, the artist, lost him many years ago. He helped corrupt my youth. I tormented him accidentally, and I didn't even realize it. And then I just remembered, right in this very town, there's railroad tracks, right? And there's an alley that runs parallel to the railroad tracks, okay? So I had an old piece of shit Datsun that was lucky could get up to 50 miles an hour without fucking rumbling. And Clee was in the car, and the train was going, and my idea hallway wanted to know how fast that train was going. That's as far as it went. So I appeared to be racing the train to the crossing, ding, 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 because there was no gate to come down. And the conductor was watching me, and both him and Clee thought my plan was to zoom past the train and whip around the train a millionth of a second before the train would kill us. Now, the conductor was worried, but he was cheering me on. He's like, because I don't want to split this car in half. And Clee was basically strapped to his seat and pissing and shitting in his pants. And then when I got to the point where they thought I was going to turn in front of the train, I just hit the brakes, and then I skid like 2 feet, and I was like, what? See, I didn't know what they were thinking, but I'm not that fucking dumb. I'm not going to fucking cut in front of a train. That story probably only makes sense if you were actually there. Let's see.
Somebody said Super Chat is down.
What's that?
Super Chat is down, somebody said. I did put the link in, though, for your thing.
Super chats down. Who knows? Maybe I got in trouble because I cursed. I don't know. I'm out of sync. I'm a kung fu movie. Super chats down. Because people can still be in there, right? Can they be in there?
Yeah, they're chatting.
Oh, this is great. All right. So we can chat. Okay, so since this night is kind of weird, are there any questions before I wrap this thing up here? Any questions in the chat?
Terry Digman, do you take Sparky with you to feed the cat?
Okay, that's a good question. No, we do not take. Sparky cannot be around cats at all. That is a natural enemy. In fact, we have to make sure that Sparky actually never sees Bearcat outside through a window, or she'll go fucking batshit crazy. That's a great question right there. Any other questions here? Do you folks have a nice Christmas? All right. There's John says I can chat. It's kind of assholish of YouTube to say you can chat, but you can't super chat me any money. They're not the boss of me. You peckerheads can send me money through PayPal. Let's see.
I'll put the link up again.
Let's see. Well, it's all you got to really do is Amish comic me on PayPal if you want to. But super chat is fun because it's all orange here. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. There's that. Nothing else is really all that funny here. I think his stories, then I make little notes, then I think they're really funny, and I tell my wife, and then she thinks they're really funny, and then I tell them in this live stream, and people are like, yeah, I totally don't get it. So, here's one that I remember also that, not so much now because it's cold. we love roller coasters, man. We just love them. We travel all around. And when our daughter was, I don't even know how old she was, maybe I'm guessing 12, 13 years old, and her cousin of the same age, we went out to Cedar Point and stayed there, and we were riding roller coasters. And when you travel, sometimes it's hard to feed, and park food mostly sucks, especially in a park like that. So there were no restaurants around, and it was kind of late. So I am going to do an extravagance. Boy, those are the days when I had money. Woohoo! And so, like, the room service there had Pizza Hut. So this was going to be fucking huge. I mean, 12, 13-year-old girls want to ride roller coasters and have Pizza Hut delivery. It's probably, I think that one pizza was like $45, but fuck it, we were going to eat and they'd be happy. So the pizza came into the room, right? And the girls were sitting over there, and the way they opened the box up, I couldn't see the pizza, but I had the camera ready because I wanted to see them open the pizza and go, oh boy, this is the happiest day. This bearded man is so amazing. He got us pizza. And they opened up the box and they went, it looked like they just seen something from a fucking horror movie. And I turned it around, and the Pizza Hut pizza was fucking black. It was black. There was, you couldn't even tell there was cheese. It wasn't burnt. It was fucking black. So I called up, and I was a bit of a dick, and his peckerheads came, and the guy came to the room, and he wanted to see the pizza, right? And I opened up the pizza, and I'm all happy to show him that it was black, and he goes, oh, they all look like that. What the actual fuck? Again, these stories are funnier if you were actually there in a hotel room and you were hungry and a black pizza came and I went nuts. And he said, they're all fuck me in a bucket of goo. Any more questions before I wrap this thing up here? Super chat is paid. Live chat is free. Well, someone put in there, super chat is paid. Live chat is free. Well, that's what super chat is. You can donate, but if you can't, if super chat is down and don't let you donate, I don't know. I don't understand how it works. Just figure out however you can figure out to send me money. That's the name of the game there.
Are you coming back to Sellersville when this crap is over?
Oh, somebody asked about Sellersville. That's a fun thing too. I love Sellersville Theater, and Bruce down there has been so good to me. I'll get off the railroad tracks a little bit here. It's a theater show. It's incredible. The staff is amazing. It's so professional. The sound, the lights, everything. We do sound checks, intros, all this and that shit. Green room and all that. And Bruce and I have been doing this Sellersville since, I don't know, 10, 15 years. And we just do it. We book me with a couple of emails. How about this date? Bingo. I'm in. Let's go. Let's launch it. So when I try to book other things and I get that email that people say, you have to call me about booking your show, well, you just emailed me. Well, you have to call me. It's very important. When people want you to call them, it means they're trying to fucking trick you. So if I can book the Sellersville Theater with 3 emails, I don't need to talk to the fucking Beaver Run Rod and Gun Club on the phone. So I definitely will be at the Sellersville Theater again, hopefully, but we don't have a date. I don't know if they're going to wait until next year to do me day after Christmas, or if they're going to try to figure something else out, which would fuck up my day after Christmas show for 2021. So we'll have to have some meetings there. My Arts Quest Steel Stack show, which is traditionally the first full weekend of January, has been pushed to the last Saturday of March. So there's shit going on. Like my pages. Again, I post my dates over on Facebook, so that doesn't really do you much good here. Let's see. All right, let's see here. I don't know what else to tell you folks. I should have had like a big, strong finish. I know. I had another story for you. I'll tell you this. It's clear that I'm trying to fill time, but I'm having fun. But I also like to get you a little entertainment. into your lives. I love where we live. It's very humble. I love my wife. We have fun together. It's a very modest place. However many years ago, we lived in the same town in what I call hell. And it was one of those apartments. There was too many apartments and the walls were too thin. And there was an apartment. We had a basement and 2 floors, but then there was a 3rd floor apartment up there with a curse on it, which I call the apartment with the curse of the return of the drunken ex, because 3 different women, young ladies that got divorced from their asshole husbands, wound up in that apartment, some by themselves, some came with a kid, and this is more of a spring story because, like clockwork, when the flowers bloom and the weather gets nice, that's when the guys think they can win her back. But you and I would ding dong that doorbell and we'd have flowers and wine and candy. But these dumb sons of bitches, 3 fucking different ones in a row, my wife will vouch for this. It's 3 o'clock in the morning on the fucking hottest first night of the year. Said Peckerheads must have drank a whole case of Yingling and banged on the door, which I could fucking hear because it was right where I was sitting. And they banging on the door and they're ringing the buzzer. And the one guy actually said this time, I don't have to read a script or write anything down. He buzzed it and he's there. You were wrong! You bitch! You were wrong! I'm back! We're getting back together! You were fucking wrong! You bitch! You whore! You were fucking wrong! It's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I went out because our daughter was little. I'm she's fucking waking everybody up here. Then I'm there, dude. You gotta dial it down. He goes, it's none of your fucking business. And I said, oh, it is my business because you are the 3rd one of these assholes coming in on the anniversary of the return of the drunken ex-asshole who thinks fucking 19 Yinglings and banging on the door and screaming, you were wrong, you bitch, is somehow seductive. Now he wanted to beat the fuck out of me. And I'm like, he goes, get the fuck out of here. This doesn't concern you. I said, oh, it does concern me. It's going to concern you too because the police are coming. And I didn't even have to call them because you're wrong to yell into this fucking speaker system. The whole fucking neighborhood can hear you. And what you're really fucked is you're drunk and so you can't drive your car to leave. And I am 99.9% sure your smooth fix up your marriage line of you were wrong, you bitch, you were wrong didn't work. So you can't stay here and you can't drive away. Boom, roasted. That's going to be a wrap for episode 38. I'm sorry about all the syncing problems here. I love yous. Thanks for all the support. I'll see you not next week, New Year's Eve, right? That's another problem. If I do New Year's Eve, which I think is a Thursday night, then do I stream on Saturday? I know you fuckers, you'll go, oh yeah, stream Saturday. Why not just stream every fucking day of the week? Sure, and it'll be like the Osbournes.
There's a question in the chat.
Oh, there's a question in the chat. Have I tried the Yingling Hershey Porter beer? Not only have I tried it, but last year when it first came, I was somewhere where they were just getting it, and somehow I got to be the honorary guy who tapped the first keg, which I think is kind of illegal to have someone like me tap a beer in a bar, so we won't mention who they were, but yes, it is absolutely fabulous. And I haven't had one for a long time, and also I don't have one now, so I'm a little fucking mad at whoever said that about the chocolate porter beer. And there's Kevin Keller. I want a special shout out to Kevin Keller. Kevin Keller is fucking in with the donations every fucking week, even when he's having operations. He just had heart surgery, right? And then a couple weeks ago before he got it, they were heckling him in the fucking chat. What is it with your fans and weak hearts? What the fuck? Don't heckle my good fans. Kevin Keller, shout out.
And Stephen Gerlano.
Stephen Gerlano, whose name I can't say. there's Clee's sister. There's Kevin Keller. There's Terry Bingham. I can't even say his name. He's always in there. Eddie Lane's always in there. John, whatever my wife said his last name was starts with an S. Amy G's in there, who's the owner of the Cockatiel yogurt. If I'm missing people, I feel terrible. Shoot me a reminder somehow, and then I'll give you a shout out. But I'm scrolling through here. Mark Goodson, he's always in there. David Kite, I don't know how to say names. Don't fucking judge me. But I appreciate this team that's with me every week. I really do. It means a lot. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you New Year's Eve. I was gonna charge, but I really don't know how to charge for live stream on YouTube and try to charge on Facebook Live. That's a batshit balls. So I'll happily stream New Year's Eve for free for donations. Wink, wink. I think I'm going to sign off because I'm way over my fucking time here now. I'm back in sync. Stay safe. Don't be a dick to each other. And we'll either all get through this together or we'll all die indoors and no one will ever find us. Isn't that a terrible way to end a holiday show? Yes, I can't possibly fucking end my show like that. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I will... little misdirection here. I'm bad at fixing things. I don't really have a toolbox. I have a tool bag. There's a couple screwdrivers in there. And I don't know if anybody else does this. When you need a screwdriver, when I fix whatever I fix and turn that screw, I just leave the fucking screwdriver wherever that project was. So when I need a screwdriver, I gotta remember what the last thing was that I used it for, and I go and it'll just be fucking laying right there. But every single time I go to get the screwdriver, it's the wrong fucking head. If I need a flathead, then there'll be a Pilsner. I know it's not called a Pilsner, but that's what I fucking call it. The one with all the multiple things, that's a fucking Pilsner head. If I need a Pilsner head, there's a flathead. If I need a flathead, there's a fucking Pilsner. That's a way happier way to end my show. I'm signing off. All I gotta do is lean in here. Sparky was so good tonight. Here we go. Thanks for tuning in. There I go.